Hi friends, it's your art teacher, Miss Barnett. In today's lesson called Telling Stories, we've been talking about how artists can show um, the countries, the state, and our city or areas, communities, history through artwork. And we've looked at two master works, one about the Declaration of Independence and one about the first Thanksgiving at Plymouth Rock. And today we're going to kind of flip that idea and we're going to draw a picture about an event that's important in your life. So something in your own personal history. Now we're going to have this is going to have to include a group of people. So it could be people at school. Maybe it's your favorite thing that ever happened to you at school, or maybe it's something in your personal life at home that you would like to share on paper that's important to you. So to get started, we're going to think about overlapping is going to be important to this, and I want you to decide how many people you're going to include in your group and what your group is going to be doing in your drawing. Now, three things you'll need to do for this to be a successful piece of artwork. Your drawing is going to reflect a group situation. Your characters will appear in the foreground and in the background, and your drawing represents a group activity where at least one person overlaps. That means they're in front of another person. So, when you learn to draw groups of people quickly, you can do that just like artists do. We're going to draw several people large near the bottom of our paper. These people will be in the foreground, and then we're going to draw people behind the first ones, and you're going to draw them smaller and above them, and they will be in the middle ground. And then if you wanted to add even more, you could put them higher on the paper and they would be in the background. Remember, images and people and objects further away from us are going to be smaller, so we need to think about that as we are constructing our drawing today. So I'm going to get started. I think that since this is pretty close to Christmas time, when you'll be doing this lesson, I'm going to draw my kids and my family opening up presents at Christmas time. So I'm going to think about which direction I want my paper to go. Is it going to be tall or wide? And you should think about that too. You'll need a pencil and an eraser to sketch, and I'm going to get started and you can watch. Here we go. All right, friends, I've decided to make my paper vertical and tall, so I'm going to start with the people in the foreground, and I'm just going to start by drawing their heads pretty large. And I think he's going to be kind of looking this way. So I'm doing a profile, that's the side of someone's face. And I'm going to put another person here. I'm overlapping my people. You notice I'm putting in some guidelines here for their faces, like we learned about in our last lesson. I think I'm gonna add a tree here. And So I've done my sketching, and now I'm going to go back in and add some details. I've made sure to overlap in a couple of places, and I've even started to add the background. Now I'm going to start adding details. All right, friends, I've just finished my sketch with my pencil. I might go back in a minute and erase all my stray lines so I don't get confused. And now we're going to add color to our drawing. We could use crayons or markers or colored pencils, or even the art sticks. You could combine these. It's your choice what materials you want to use and media you want to use to finish your drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring mine, and you can watch, and let's get started. All right, friends, here's my completed telling stories project. I drew people, a group of people with an important event in my life that has in my history, my own personal history. This is me and my family opening Christmas presents. Make sure that your drawing reflects a group situation. You have characters appearing in the foreground and in the background, and you have at least one character overlapping another, which I've done here. I hope you have just as much fun telling stories with me today as I did, and I can't wait to see what you do. Let's get started.